Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. I have just started the scenario A Small Rebellion, and last episode we explored the port town of Salathny, but now it's time to explore even more of Morrow's Isle. As you enter the countryside of Morrow's Isle, you idly put your hand in your pocket. There's something unfamiliar there. You pull it out. It's a piece of paper, a special item. To see it, click on the Spec button on the item screen. You read it. It says, "The rebellion needs help. We can reward you well. Go to Canazares in the town of Liam. Say invisible to him. He will tell you of us. Fight for justice." So peace and control on one side, freedom and justice on the other, supposedly. And this sign says Willow is 20 miles east, Liam is further east, and Fall is to the north. Well, that one woman in the inn did tell us about ogres to the southwest, but I would rather explore the island a bit more and see what, if any, wandering monsters are around here before I go mess with ogres. Zaskiva and Muck are also north. Don't be stupid. Watch out for rebels. Travel in groups. Helpful Empire message. HEM 104H. HEM for Helpful Empire message. Bureaucracy. But anyway, I think I'm going to actually follow my orders and go find the town of Willow. That's the same message. Though I don't know if Willow is northeast or southeast, so yeah, we're just gonna explore around. Eventually I will figure out where we're supposed to go. I did not play this scenario as a kid growing up, so I do not remember it nearly as well as the first scenario, Valley of Dying Things. I have played through it once or twice as an adult. Deep in the swamp, you find a deep, dank cave, almost overgrown with roots and reeds. There are large lizard tracks and gnawed bones everywhere, and the area stinks of reptilian malice. Sure enough, inside the cavern, you find one of the many predatory, unfriendly denizens of the swamp. Its many heads growl hungrily, and it lumbers towards you. Oh no, is it another Hydra? 3 baby Hydras and a searing Hydra. Oh boy. Let's see here. Okay, I've got level 4 spells, so I can curse and slow everyone. Can also use Rigel to do a little backup magery. Searing Hydra. It's a regular Hydra, but it also has acid spit. Maybe I should try capture souling one. And first kill goes to Chiana! And level up also goes to Chiana, and oh, Rigel's almost dead. Rigel also has been acided. That is very not good. Aw, Searing Hydra resists. Have a fireball. Rigel's mage skill is, not that impressive just yet. Oh yeah, Chiana's got the flaming sword that does extra damage. Very good. Wait, acid is not affected by cleanse or cure poison spells. Oh, I just have to wait for it to run out. Since Rigel only has 10 max hit points, I can just minor heal him instead of full heal. Or does anyone have basic powder? Or did I wind up selling that off because I never used it? Doh. Well, in that case, have another, stronger fireball. That's how you do it. Well, at least Rigel got a kill in. Ooh, and Chiana takes down the Searing Hydra. Impressive. Well, Rigel doesn't have enough spell points for another fireball. But maybe I can kill off that last Hydra. Maybe not. Ooh, good loot on the Hydra, though. Maybe I should give the shielding crystal to Rigel if he has enough inventory space. Hooray! Rigel's acid is magically cured. Something tells me this giant swamp is not actually where I want to be. Seriously, that is a very large swamp. Way out here, deep in the grim marshes, you find a small sod hut. A thin wisp of smoke rises from its chimney. It's surrounded by herb gardens on all sides. The door is closed, but you could knock on it. Sounds like an alchemist lives here. When you reach the door, you don't even have time to knock. The door flies open, and a withered, scowling crone peers out at you. She's ancient and twisted, and looks very dangerous. When she sees that you don't intend to be rude, she smiles. Her teeth are a charming green color. She says, "Come in, my children, come in. It is so rare I have someone to share my skills with." She sees your hesitance at entering her hovel and shrugs. "Oh well, just as easy out here. I'm known as Falatina, or I was, before I came out here to spend time with my cauldron and my herbs. Oh, the wonderful potions I can make, and I will share them with you if you pay the price. Will you?" Medium curing, medium healing, ooh, medium energy. Strength and speed. Medium potions, generally pretty good. Item too heavy. Zan needs more strength. How convenient. A relatively clear path through the swamp. Okay, one more special dot and a little more... Oh, there was a combat encounter, but the monsters fled. I am too high level for them. I see a bit more unexplored territory. And what looks like maybe a dungeon? This is another deep, dank cave that smells of reptilian malice. More hydras. Surely this is a good plan. I can barely see the baby hydras against the green grass. That is something that I like about the older style Exile graphics, especially the ones with the outlines. It's sometimes much easier to see all the enemies. Though I do like all the animations in the newer graphics. Might go ahead and use one of those energy potions. And try to capture soul again. Success! I have my very own Searing Hydra now. This should be fun. I also have a baby Hydra right in front of Rigel's face. That's less good. Here, Chiana, you can take a bit of fire damage. Dang it, I was hoping to kill one of those babies. Sentence that I don't usually say in my real, normal, everyday life. And I'm sure Rigel in canon would not care at all about doing a little bit of collateral damage to his crewmates. Oh, there was still a Hydra next to Aaron and Gianna. Bleh. So just out of curiosity... Okay, Rigel is gaining experience reasonably quickly. Good, good. I'm going to leave the darts. The short sword could be valuable. Meh. I don't actually feel like going to the effort of identifying stuff right now. This is a marshy pit. Hi. Monster saw me. This is a swamp folk, and it is hostile. What the heck is a swamp folk, you may ask? Well, it's not near as scary as the Hydra, but it has acid touch, and also is immune to both cold and poison. Can't leave town during comp. Oh, that's why everyone's all bunched up, because this is the edge of the map. Well, Rigel did at least level up. So he has slightly more health to work with. A whole 2 health points. Great. Yeah, I might explore that dungeon more later. I feel like someone in one of the towns mentions, if not that specific dungeon, at least the swamp people. As you walk through the trees, you suddenly stub your toe. Looking down, you see a stone slab, partially concealed by brush. Clearing away the brush, you see that the stone reads, First Stone. Odd. I wonder if that was the first stone laid down by settlers on the island hundreds of years ago? Or if there's some other esoteric meaning to it. Morrow marshes to the east. It may have been wiser to follow the road instead of the shoreline. Whatever. Since when do I do things the wisest way? Okay, so that is a river. This is not a small separate island. And this seems like a patch of forest with a conspicuous entrance to a certain path. And it does absolutely nothing. Okay. The clusters of farmhouses in these parts are newer than elsewhere, only built a few years before. Farmers work hard among their neat rows. When you get close, however, all work stops, and people watch your approach nervously. When the farmers see that you're adventurers, they launch into a spirited debate. You hear the arguments going on for several minutes. Finally, one of them, a middle-aged woman, walks briskly out to greet you. "I'm Bella," she says quickly. "The others don't approve of this, but hell with them. This is important. They're worried about rebels, but we have a worse problem. Our farms have been raided by hill giants lately." Giants out here, wow. "That's right, hill giants. They aren't all dead. There's a band of them in the forest to the north, and we can pay well anyone who wipes them out. They live at the south end of the woods, at a path with 2 boulders by it. Oh, that one. Kill them and return, and we'll pay you. Now I have to return. Sorry I can't offer some pie. Bye." She walks back the way she came. Pie. Okay, that is the town of Liam. The one I'm supposed to visit first is Willow. When you get close to this farmstead, the farmers struggle to decide between giving in to their natural hospitality and succumbing to caution and common sense. Caution wins. Before you get close, they shout out that perhaps it would increase the happiness of all concerned if you just turned back. Since there's not much else here for you to do, you leave. And that is save message. Well, I am probably strong enough to clear out some hill giants. You reach the end of the path Bella described to you, and indeed, you find a place which was, up until recently, settled by giants. The flattened earth and toppled trees are evidence enough of that. However, the tribe has packed up and moved on to somewhere else. The massive tracks lead off to the north. And somehow they left enough trees standing to block my own progress. If it wasn't for your sharp woodsman senses, you never would have noticed it. There's a large path heading north into the woods, surprisingly well concealed considering its size. These giants might be a little bit smarter than the average bears. For creatures as large and lumbering as hill giants, this band has grown surprisingly adept at hiding its tracks. You're right on top of them before you realize you're at their camp. When you arrive, they lose no time attacking you. They don't want you getting back and sending a horde of Empire soldiers after them. 5 hill giants and a fighter, this shouldn't be too hard. See, Zan, what can you pull out of your bag of tricks here? Crichton and Rigel can both cast Wall of Force because that's level 3. Wall of Ice is a little more effective, though. Easy money. You defeated the giants. Unfortunately, now that their bodies lie before you, you see that they were a rather pitiful band, ill-fed and clothed. You only find a few hundred gold worth of trinkets and small change in their camp. You can't pity them too much, though. At least now they won't be raiding the much weaker farmers to the south. Okay, cool. You return to the farms, bringing news of your victory against the giants. Their worries about you gone, they invite you in for a traditional, hearty welcome dinner, complete with folk songs and homemade pies. Pie. At the end of the meal, after all the speeches of gratitude, Bella brings you a reward, a beautiful silver ring. This heirloom has been in my family for many years. It hurts to give it away, but that pain is nothing compared to what I felt when the giants burnt down my farm. Thank you for your help, and good luck to you in your adventures. After they weigh you down with leftovers, you depart. They wave to you until you're out of sight. Aw, yay. Although much of Morrow's Isle seems to be run feudally, these farmers, at least, own their own farms. They're arranged in neat, tight clusters, and surrounded by a small number of moderately armed guards. When you get close, several of the farmers come to the walls and watch you nervously. At least they aren't attacking. You walk up slowly and carefully, weapons sheathed and hands out. After a few minutes of whispered discussion, one of the farmers comes out to see you. He has a sword in one hand and a pie in the other. What do you choose, pie or death? When you don't attack, he puts the sword away, and you can settle down to talk and eat. He introduces himself. I'm Charmo, head of this homestead. My apologies for the cold welcome. In these days of the rebels, the hospitality of these parts has suffered of late. Can't blame us, though, considering what happened in fall. You ask about it. It was just a peaceful logging village up in the forest to the north. Those damned rebels, those hill runners, they leveled the place, killed everyone, burned the place to the ground. No survivors. Anyone who could do something like that isn't human. Nobody here wants to be the next, that's for sure. He stands. Well, sorry to be so short, but we have crops that need tending. You thank him for the snack, and depart. Okay. You find an isolated cluster of farmhouses surrounded by a low stone wall. You see some people working in and around it. When they catch sight of you, they shout to each other and huddle nervously. Some have weapons. As you walk closer, you realize that the number of weapons visible is increasing rapidly. You also notice that these farmers are wearing leather jerkins and other sorts of non-agrarian-oriented armor items. It would appear you've interrupted a particularly industrious group of brigands. I actually don't particularly want to slow this group. Oh, mage instead of just apprentice mage. Okay. Slightly stronger than the brigands we would find in Skylark Vale. Stronger indeed. It took 3 hits to kill that one. I can't reach the mage from here. Do I actually want to slow you then? Maybe. And you are just excellently arranged for a wall spell. Another level up for Rigel! Yay! And I'll be taking all of this. And maybe not the gloves. Actually, maybe yes, the gloves. I don't have a lot of gloves. The brigands slain, you investigate the farmhouses. Fortunately, you've arrived in time. You find the residents inside, tightly bound. After freeing them and receiving many heartfelt thanks and a few apple pies, you loot the bandits' bodies. They've had a so-so career. You find a fair amount of gold, but their armor and weapons are subpar. Only the mages' robes are of high quality. You help yourselves, and after receiving many hugs and flowers from the farmers, you depart. You later find that the apple pies are very tasty. Aw, yay! This is another isolated cluster of farmhouses. As you walk up, two of the farmers, each wielding a rusty broadsword, approach and greet you. In a brief, unhelpful conversation, they convey to you their nervousness with strangers in these troubled times, and the perceived extreme danger from rebels. And considering the events of the farm cluster to this directly south of them, fair. When it becomes clear there's no help for you here, nor any pie, you depart. Might as well finish up exploring this map chunk. Ooh, something across the river. That's interesting. A rectangular area of forest that I don't think I can get into. Or can I? At the end of the path, you find a patch of holly. It's a powerful and fast-growing alchemical ingredient. So perhaps it refreshes a bit faster than some others. Okay, is this Willow? Yes, it is. You arrive at the sleepy farming village of Willow. Actually, sleepy isn't the right way to put it. Exhausted seems a much better word. Tired serfs mechanically farm rows of rich crops, as guards watch them carefully. After the richness of Salathni, Willow comes as a bit of a shock. Well, we shall have to investigate this village thoroughly in the next episode. Until then, have a good one, and take care, everybody.